Paleidom nuotakį.
In a few moments, Colonel Hastenrath will report the parade formation to the German Federal Minister of Defense. He will be joined by the President of Lithuania, the Chancellor of Germany, the Minister of Defense of Lithuania, the German Chief of Defense, the Chief of Defense of the Lithuanian Armed Forces, the Chief of the German Army, and the designated commander of the 45th Armored Brigade. After the report, the parade formation will be inspected while the Prussian ceremonial march is played.
Wir haben immer Regenschirme. Genau. Nichts Tropfen gegenüber, sonst jetzt.
Ja klar.
Nereikia jam kameros, šitą paminėjom padėti termiškai. Šrafą tokį. Gal kad skėti pavyko, gal išėjai. Prezidentas kaip visada galvoja. Tiesiogiai.
Machen wir eine Aufstellung. Dienstag. Das Gewehr. Rüber. Achtung, präsentiert das Gewehr. Zur Meldung. Alle Bundesmittel der Verteidigung. Augen rechts.
Ja.
Herr Minister, ich melde Ihnen gerade auf uns dass wir den angetreten sind. Wichtig zur Abstimmung der Republik Litauen. Die Bundeskanzlerin der Republik Deutschland und die Verteidigungsministerin der Republik Litauen. Aufstellung. Zurück.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the Republic of Lithuania, Mr. Gitanu Nausėda, will now address you.
Gerbiami Lietuvos žmonės, šiandien džiugi diena mums visiems. Inauguruojame Vokietijos šarvuotąją brigadą, kurios atvykimas į Lietuvą išskirtinis įvykis mūsų šalies istorijoje. Jis liudija bendras Lietuvos ir Vokietijos vertybės, mūsų laiko patikrintą draugystę, galiausiai didžiulę mūsų strateginės partnerystės pažangą pastaraisiais metais. Išties puiku jausti tvirtą paramą mūsų draugų iš Vokietijos, kurie atvyksta į Lietuvą, kad padėtų mums užtikrinti savo krašto gynybą ir atgrasyti Rusiją. Noriu tarti keletą žodžių jiems. Liebe deutsche Soldatinnen und Soldaten, mit offenem Herzen und aufrichtiger Dankbarkeit wende ich mich an Sie. Ich danke Ihnen herzlich dafür, dass Sie sich für den Dienst in Litauen entschieden haben. Wir werden alles daran setzen, Ihnen bestmögliche Bedingungen zu bieten, sei es im Training, in der Übung oder im täglichen Leben. Mit Ihrer Präsenz stärken Sie nicht nur Litauen und Deutschland. Dank Ihres Engagements wird ganz Europa sicherer und stärker. Ich danke Ihnen von Herzen. And now for a wider audience in English. I'm especially glad that Federal Chancellor of Germany, Friedrichas Merzas, will visit us today. Chancellor, from the very first days in office, you have expressed the strong and unbending spirit of the new Europe. Europe that not only talks about unity and solidarity, but also turns these words into concrete actions. Europe that responds to the greatest security challenge of this century by enhancing its capabilities and strengthening external borders. Lithuania welcomed with great joy the news that Germany intends to build the strongest conventional army on the continent. This is the clearest sign, yet that Europe is ready to assume greater responsibility for its own security. My country is ready to play its part. Next year, we will reach 5% of GDP for the family. We are also building our national division. The station of the German 45th Armored Brigade here in Lithuania is an invaluable contribution to the defense of NATO's entire eastern flank. It ensures deeper cooperation between our militaries and, what is most important, brings our nations closer together. Together we make an unbreakable force. Together we will ensure that the people of Lithuania and Germany never face the ultimate test, that of war. May the most sincere and productive friendship unite Lithuania and Germany for ages. Thank you. Danke. Ačiū visiems.
You will now hear a Lithuanian march, Tėvynės šaukia, Homeland Call. Afterwards, the Chancellor of the Federal Republic of Germany, Mr. Friedrichas Merzas, will address you.
Laikyk dar kalbės.
Mr. President, Generalinspekteur Breuer, esteemed servicemen and women, liebe Soldatinnen und Soldaten, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, I'm glad to be in Vilnius today because it is right here in Lithuania we are taking the defense of NATO's eastern flank into our own hands. It is right here where we, Lithuanians and Germans together, show that we are ready to defend Europe's freedom against any aggressor. And I could not think of a better place for today's roll call than Cathedral Square here in the heart of Vilnius. From here, the Baltic Way set out on its march in August 23 in 1989. Hand in hand, stretching for more than 650 kilometers from Vilnius via Riga to Tallinn, over 2 million people stood up for freedom. From here, citizens of the Baltic states set out to finally regain the independence of their homelands after almost 50 years of Soviet oppression. Despite all threats and personal risks. This square reminds us of the courage, efforts, and sacrifices made by the Lithuanian people on their path to freedom. This square tells a story of resistance, and it tells of the confidence that a better life in freedom is possible. Today, we have come together in this special place for more than just a military roll call. This gathering is a sign of our solidarity and our friendship, for which I'm all the more grateful in view of the suffering that National Socialist Germany brought to this country. Ladies and gentlemen, more than ever before, we depend on solidarity and friendship among liberal democracies. Peace in Europe has been broken. Each and every day, Russia is violating the order that we collectively adopted as a lesson from the horrors of the Second World War. With criminal war of aggression against Ukraine, but also with attacks and murders in numerous European cities, with acts of espionage and sabotage, cyber attacks, and systematic disinformation. We must be able to defend ourselves against such attacks at all times. Freedom is not complete. The Baltic states understood this long ago, at a time when some in Germany still had illusions about Putin's regime. I know that these illusions have caused a lot of irritation in the Baltic countries in the past. But I assure you, that time is over. We are aware of the seriousness of the situation, and we are aware of our own responsibility. Ladies and gentlemen, just over 70 years ago, on May 6, 1955, the Federal Republic of Germany joined NATO. Since then, the solidarity of the North Atlantic Treaty, in particular Article 5, has been the immovable foundation of our German and of our common transatlantic security. Throughout the years of the Cold War, Germany could rely on our allies standing by our side at any emergency. Today, we are here the ones who have a duty. Lithuania has asked for support, and Germany stands ready. Not just with words, but with servicemen and women, with large-scale equipment, with infrastructure, with reliability in the long term and with a promise. Anyone who challenges them must know that we are with them. Anyone who threatens any ally must know that the entire will every inch of the road. Be ready to do everything to defend ourselves so that we never attack. That is the principle that guides our actions. Credible deterrence. That is what this brigade stands for. Mr. President, you and your government have welcomed our servicemen and women with open arms. You have placed your trust in us, and we will not disappoint you. Thank you for this, also on behalf of the entire federal government. I would also like to thank the Lithuanian citizens who have welcomed our servicemen and women with respect and great hospitality. Hosting foreign troops on one's own soil is not something to be taken for granted, especially here in Lithuania. For us, too, and for the Bundeswehr in particular, today marks a step into a new era. Never before have we permanently stationed a large military unit abroad. There is still much to be resolved, but I am confident that we will overcome all challenges together. What's more, I'm certain that we will grow even closer as friends and as partners. In this respect, I welcome the fact that Lithuania placed an order for 44 Leopard 2 main battle tanks under a Bundeswehr framework contract last year. and at Rheinmetall will build a modern production facility for artillery ammunition in Lithuania. These projects are models for European armaments cooperation and make a significant contribution to interoperability between our armed forces. In the years ahead, we intend to further expand this cooperation. Ladies and gentlemen, I will now briefly switch to German to address the servicemen and women directly. Liebe Soldatinnen und Soldaten, was Sie leisten, verdient höchste Anerkennung. Sie stehen hier im Dienst für unser Land, im Dienst für Frieden, Freiheit und Sicherheit in ganz Europa. Sie stehen für eine Bundeswehr, die sich den Herausforderungen unserer Zeit stellt, mit Professionalität, mit Mut und mit tiefem Bewusstsein der Verantwortung zu tragen. Ihr Dienst ist nicht einfach. Er bedeutet Verzicht, er verlangt Disziplin und er bringt Risiken mit sich. Aber er ist unverzichtbar. Denn ohne Sie, ohne Ihr tägliches Engagement, wäre unser Bündnis nur eine politische Idee. Sie machen es lebendig, glaubwürdig, verteidigungsfähig. Ich möchte auch den Familien danken, den Partnerinnen und Partnern, den Eltern, den Kindern. Sie tragen eine Last, die oft unsichtbar bleibt. Aber sie ist darum nicht weniger groß. Auch sie übernehmen Verantwortung. Ich danke Ihnen dafür. Gleichzeitig ist klar, Einsatz und Mut allein reichen nicht. Die Soldatinnen und Soldaten der Bundeswehr brauchen eine moderne Ausstattung, die es ihnen ermöglicht, ihren Dienst erfolgreich zu tun, und Fähigkeiten, die sich an den Fähigkeiten und Bedrohungen orientieren. Um das zu ermöglichen, haben wir bereits eine wesentliche Entscheidung getroffen. Wir haben unsere Verfassung geändert, um sicherzustellen, dass wir ausreichend in unsere Verteidigungsfähigkeiten investieren und eine angemessene, bedrohungsorientierte Ausstattung unserer Streitkräfte sicherstellen. Unser Ziel ist, zukünftig alle finanziellen Mittel zur Verfügung zu stellen, die die Bundeswehr braucht, um konventionell zur stärksten Armee Europas zu werden. Das ist dem bevölkerungsreichsten und dem wirtschaftsstärksten Land Europas angemessen. Und das erwarten auch zu Recht die Alliierten, unsere Alliierten von uns, dennoch, sie fordern es geradezu an. Ladies and gentlemen, the Armed Brigade Lithuania isn't just a military unit. It sets an example for the unity of the alliance and for our willingness to actively defend freedom and peace in Europe. I extend my gratitude to all those who helped implementing this major project so quickly. The main burden of the brigade is borne by the Army. But we can see here today that such a mission can only be accomplished through the cooperation of all forces in our Bundeswehr. NATO can rely on Germany. We know that security doesn't begin at our borders. It begins where our allies and partners have to defend it. That's why Lithuania's security is also our security. The protection of Vilnius is the protection of Berlin. And our common freedom does not end at the geopolitical line. It ends where we stop defending it. That is why we are here today. That is why we are staying. Germany stands by its responsibility in word and deed. Today, tomorrow, for as long as it takes. Thank you very much. And on behalf of the Federal Republic of Germany, and all the best to you and your families. Take care for yourselves and take care for your families.
Minister of Defense of the Republic of Lithuania, Mr. will now address you. Following her speech, you will hear the 45th Armored Brigade's march called Shield of Freedom.
Your Excellency, President of the Republic of Lithuania, Your Excellency, Chancellor of the Federal Republic of Germany, Honorable Minister of Defense of Germany, dear Boris, dear troops, dear people of Lithuania, dear allies. I believe that a little rain cannot scare us, and maybe that was a blessing from the sky. Nevertheless, I think it shows that no storm is scary when we all stand together with our allies. This is a historic moment for both of our countries, Lithuania and Germany. It is also a landmark event for the security architecture of NATO and the whole Europe. Here, in Katedros Square of Vilnius, a place where our nation has celebrated its freedom and unity, we now stand shoulder to shoulder with our German allies. This is not only inauguration of a military unit, it is an affirmation of friendship, unity, and shared commitment to defend our freedom, peace, and democracy. We, Lithuanians, have learned through painful history that freedom is never given. It is chosen, fought for, and defended. Our nation can call itself free because we have never accepted the chains of occupation as our sealed fate. And today, standing united with our German allies, we declare once again, our enemies of the past did not break us. Our enemies of the future do not scare us. More than a year ago, we signed the Brigade Action Plan. Today, we see the results. The Brigade headquarters have been fully established in Lithuania. The first German units have arrived. Infrastructure construction is underway. The international agreement was signed and ratified by both of our governments. Every day we see more German soldiers on our streets, and every one of you symbolizes strength, deterrence, and solidarity. Our shared goal remains clear. By the end of 2027, the German Brigade Gitanu will be deployed in Lithuania. Lithuania is a welcoming, secure, and attractive place to serve, train, and live. Not only for you, but also for your families. We want you to feel here at home. Germany's decision to permanently deploy a brigade to Lithuania is a historic step. It requires vision, courage, and true leadership. Wir verstehen, wie Sie unternommen haben, diese Entscheidung zu treffen. Wir sind Ihnen zutiefst dankbar. Lithuania is proud to stand alongside such a partner. It reinforces our security and brings new meaning to the word. An attack against one is an attack against all. This makes us undefeatable. Dear German soldiers, you are the honored guests today. Welcome in Litauen. We thank you for your service, for your courage, and for your commitment. Lithuania is happy to be a second home. You are our brothers and sisters in arms. We will treat you with the same respect, care, and solidarity that we show to our own troops. Your courage, professionalism, and devotion is instrumental in preserving peace in NATO. You are defending our common way of life and rules-based international world order. Your commander said, our mission is to protect Lithuania's freedom and security. In doing so, we also defend NATO and Germany itself. That is the meaning of true alliance. Dear Lithuanians, Lithuania has suffered aggression and occupation by Russian Empire twice. Aggressor soldiers flooded our cities and town squares. We felt alone and betrayed. Today, we are no longer alone. For Allied soldiers stand here to defend our people and our land, shoulder to shoulder with our troops. The story of German Brigade is the story of our success. Let us never forget, freedom demands our dedication, preparedness, unity, and sometimes a high sacrifice. Each one of us can contribute to service, support, or civic engagement. Let this ceremony be a message to the world. Lithuania and Germany stand together. NATO stands together. The free world stands together. And to those who may wish to test our resolve, Do not cry. Let our unity remain our greatest power.
And now the activation of the 45th Armored Brigade will follow. The Chief of the German Army, Lieutenant General Alfons Mais, will hand over command to Brigadier General Christoph Huber, the designated commander of the 45th Armored Brigade. First, the concealed command flag of the 45th Armored Brigade will be brought forward. The flag will then be unveiled by the Chief of the Army and the designated commander. With this, the 45th Armored Brigade will officially be activated. The Chief of Staff of the Army will hand over the command flag to the designated brigade commander and order him to report the brigade's activation. Following this, the German Chancellor and the Minister of Defense will present the streamer to the 45th Armored Brigade. The Lithuanian President and the Minister of Defense will then award the brigade the honorary name Lithuania by presenting a second streamer.
Paradeaufstellung! Stillstand! Fahne, Marsch! Iš kairės pusės ateina vėliava, iš kairės pusės ateina. Das Gewehr. Über. Achtung, präsentiert das Gewehr. Zur Truppenfahne. Augen rechts.
Turėtų atskristi, jo. Bet tai, ne. Der Müllsies, das ist gut, danke, ja.
Back to the exit, please. Zurück, wir müssen zurück. Back to the exit. Stop. Coming back. Let's go. Okay. All the exit, you're coming. Stop. Yeah.
Marco, hallo. Aber können wir da ein bisschen noch mit?
Lietuvos žiniasklaida labiau ten, aš atvesiu ministrą, jo. Dabar pokalbis su kariais.